Today looks like we're going to have some really nice weather, maybe a little cooler than normal. We got some chores to do on the farm, of course, and then we want to get the MT-09 out on the open road. And every day that I can get out on the open road, it's special, it's different. It makes my life very, very fulfilling. I feel like I'm a free bird out on the open road. Then I come back to the farm and there's all kind of things to do. Just typical. So we are at the time of the year where every day it just gets a little nicer, a little more pleasant to ride, and hopefully we are going to be in some really nice summer weather very soon. But every day is just getting a little bit nicer, and I try to take advantage of every single day that I can ride. I always like to get the bike pre-flighted, get it ready, take care of the farm chores that Karen has, or any things we need to do in the house, and then just get the bike cleaned up as clean as I can possibly make it. And we are in the bug season. The bugs are just about on everything. It's just unbelievable how buggy it is this time of year. It's really pathetic. But we only have a couple of weeks of this, and then hopefully they'll be gone. But keeping a good coat of wax on everything is a great idea. And one of the most annoying things is on an MT-09, the fender is very short, so they tend to get on the front of the pipes, and if you don't keep them clean, it gets to be a mess. But the fish never are not hungry. This time of year, they're hungry like I am. And needless to say, the plants are hungry. They're thirsty. And Karen and I really do enjoy our garden. It's one of the things we enjoy. We feed the birds every day, all year long. And they appreciate it. I think so. They poop on my car. We got some nice new flowers this year. The flowers are mostly planted in. We've got some yet to plant. I know a lot of people have commented and said how much they enjoy sharing our adventures in the garden. Our radishes are already above ground. Their shoulders are sticking out of the ground. We'll be harvesting some radishes this week. Among other things, there's flowers just taking over, and this is one of the things this time of year. These are still babies that we grew from seeds that still have to go into the ground, but this is something Karen and I enjoy. We look forward to it all year long. She has a passion for gardening just like I do. I have a passion for the motorcycling, to be honest. And having both of them keeps me very, very busy. I'm not sure if it keeps me young or not. The jury is out on that one anyway. But I know being active is always to your advantage, always. A final cup of coffee out on the porch. Karen usually brings me out some coffee, and the birds are usually taking a bath in the bird feeder, the bird bath. And once we have our final cup of coffee, time to get out to the MT-09 and get out on the open road. The weather today was just spectacular, and we just had a ride to die for. And the only glitch in the whole day was we did have a little encounter with some deer. And sometimes it only takes one encounter with one deer to ruin your whole day, as many of my friends know who have hit deer or have had accidents involving them. And it's one of the few downsides of riding in this area and in wooded areas or backwood areas. There are deer everywhere. And I'm always ultra careful, but every once in a while you do have a close encounter, and today was no exception. So, but I know people have tried these deer repellent whistles on their bike with no good luck at all. that brings up one good point about the MT-09, the safety features, the ABS in particular, which I have used several times to my advantage. And before I had the MT-09 with the ABS and the traction control and all of the other safety features, I would not have believed how good the ABS can work, and it's worked well for me. And it seems like it's one of the things you don't think you'd really use that often, but the times you use it, it really gives you some confidence that it's working, and it does work. And this is some of my favorite areas to ride. Some of them are populated, but most of them are backwood roads where there's several deer. And of course, in the wooded areas, I'm always as careful as I can be, but you're never 100% sure. There are just deer everywhere. Now, among other things, we're still testing. This is the original set when I painted the wheels. The original set of Michelin 5 road tires, and they seem to be holding up really well on this bike and the and the quick shifter. I just never get sick of going through the gears with that quick shifter. That's one of the things that makes this bike great. And this is one of the things I was talking about. Look at what's in the woods here. Look at this. Now, I just stopped the bike. That deer didn't even move. This was watching me, and every once in a while, there's a second one jumps out, just when you think you've seen it all. ABS to the rescue. I didn't miss that deer by much either. Thank you, ABS. And among all the features on the bike, all of the safety features combined make this a safe bike to ride. I just can't tell you with a minute. When you have a close encounter and that ABS works to your favor, you become a very quick believer. Some of the other reasons I love this bike: 50 miles to a gallon. It's a great highway bike or back road bike, or I'm not even sure you couldn't take it off road if you put some other tires on it. It's quiet. You don't give the early warning system to the gendarmes when you come from a mile away. They know you're coming down the road. There's just a lot to like, and the fact that Karen got it for me for my 75th birthday, that guarantees that I'll never sell it. It's a keeper. And I just love being able to go out. I take Route 80 for 30 miles, and I'm in the backwoods and in just a beautiful, beautiful place to ride. Now, I know some of my friends that have similar bikes have put a lot of money into the suspension to try to upgrade it. And for my riding in this area and basically all street riding, suspension is fine for me. And I just love the fact that I can just take this bike anywhere, anytime, any day. With the drive modes, if I get caught in the rain, it's not a problem. The biggest problem is keeping those exhaust pipes shiny. So having a bike with a radar detector, traction control, a quick shifter, the drive modes, and ABS, That makes for a nice set of Michelin 5 ultra sticky tires. And I like to add one bike to my collection. Roughly every 10 years, this bike fit the bill perfectly, and it's kind of rounded out my collection. It goes from the 70s to current with one bike every 10-year period. And as the ride comes to an end, not long from now, you really start to appreciate how good that seat is. Back through some of these populated areas, you appreciate how quiet it is. You don't announce yourself. The seat is comfortable. You don't get a sore behind. A lot to like. Well, it got pretty cloudy and the wind was blowing for a good part of this ride, but it's better to have a cold, windy ride than no ride at all, that's for sure. Or, as I say, a day on Rikers Island. Anyway, hope you did enjoy sharing these few moments of riding with us. So, as they say at the end of some movies, no animals were hurt in the making of this video. No MT-09s were damaged. No riders were thrown off on their gloves. Anyway, it was a really nice day. And as I always try to encourage people, ride safe, avoid the deer, pre-flight the bike, and have a great ride. And thanks so much for watching, and avoid those deer.